Hey guys, doing some quarantine work here during this whole epidemic, but getting some work done. So this is the oil filter thermostat and oil filter housing that we'll be using. So basically from here, I made this little mount here. Just milled that out of a solid chunk of billet. And then I use this little adapter piece that came with the kit. It clears, barely. Very tight fit, but this is honestly the only place I could fit it. Here, if I mounted it here, I would have to be, if I mounted it here, I'd be cutting these shock tower gussets out. I couldn't really mount it up too high because then it would worry about, hood clearance. There with a filter, it should be, lower than the valve cover, so it should be clear. Basically so this is the engine side over here. I'll just have probably a 90 and a 45, and then it goes to those fittings down there. And then from here, it goes down through a hole right there, down to the oil cooler down there. So pretty easy routing, pretty simple. Pretty happy with how this bracket turned out. I am gonna paint it, and then that'll be good. So now we have an oil filter housing, which I was really dreading for the longest time. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Next go around, if I, decide to change it, I'd like to get it, a little bit better. This is just eyeball. I literally used a piece of cardboard and made a template. I'd like it to follow this circle right here, but hey, sometimes you're just given what you have. So I'm gonna take that off, paint it. I got this throttle pedal. This is from an 08 Focus. I haven't looked and seen how it's gonna be. I do suspect, if you look at it, it has a huge offset. So I don't know how close it'll be. Honestly, it looks like that might fit pretty well. So I'm gonna do some of that testing today, and we'll go from there. So I'll keep you guys updated, make some videos for you, and we'll be working on throttle pedal, painting that piece there, and then I also got some couplers and a 90-degree piece. So this cast piece is going to go where that coupler is right there. That entire assembly will then be welded together, and then over here on this side, I needed a short radius coupler like that, and we should be able to work on it like that. So yeah, we hopefully I can get the intercooler piping done today, and then I can have my buddy Dylan weld up everything for that, including the blow-off valve, and we'll mount that. I need to look and see where the blow-off valve is going to be best. I definitely want it on the driver's side, closest to the throttle body as possible, but it's also a space requirement too. Like, there's just not a lot of space on this car, especially going with 3-inch intercooler piping. So all right, I'm gonna get back to work and I'll keep you guys updated. All right, so this was kind of more of a pain in the butt than I thought, but I think I got this driver's side intercooler piping figured out. Haven't even looked to begin where the blow-off valve will go, but basically what we have is we have a tight radius 90 coming out, and then we have a leg. I need to add a bead right here, and I can go in a little bit more. Now this comes out, and then this piece will be welded here, and then another 90 up. So pretty smooth transition. Now I just need to find a place for a blow-off valve. I think after looking, I might go right down here. No, that's where the belt goes. I mean, worst case scenario, I have to just put it on the intercooler, but we'll see. I mean, I do have probably enough room right here for the intercooler, or for the blow-off valve. Just have to play it by ear. So now that this is finished up, I am going to take all the couplers off, mark it on this side where it needs to be welded, which is just down there, and then and that'll be finished up. I also need to come on this side, and then I'm gonna have to trim these hoses up, or I mean the pipes, and that's gonna go in there like that. Pretty much the same size as that coupler. So just go like that and we'll be good to go. So that should hopefully be a lot quicker than than this other side, because this was, you know, worrying about that lower radiator hose. It's gonna have to dip under and bend a little bit. I'll make a shield for it, and we'll just mess around. I was kind of wondering if I could, you know, shorten these. I can get some adjustable ones and then raise this up, mount literally the sway bar literally to that chassis. That would give me a lot more room, a lot more freedom, but we'll just go from there. So that might be down the road, and we'll just see how it goes. So all right, so another problem, there was just no room on this side to put the blow-off valve, so decided to grind down the sides for that, and it's going to go right here on the intercooler. Have some experience with this on the Focus ST intercoolers that we were making at Da Vinci. They worked really well, so not going to worry about that too much. Next step is I have these tabs right here, and I need to mark the holes right there, and then basically have them welded right there like that. So that's that. So a lot more projects than I thought. So all right, so some big news right now is I got the Ford Mustang gas pedal in there. This is from the control pack. Had to do some trimming, as you can see, and then I could probably cut that off, but I actually used all factory Miata bolts in here. I did have to extend that one, so basically I just welded a nut to the back of a bolt, and then I needed a little space too. I don't know if you guys can see it if I do that, but basically just did that little adapter, got it sticking out the proper amount. Then the other two were just right in, that one and that one were in the right place, and that one I just drilled a hole and cut some webbing out. But we got the gas pedal going. I have it set up, and I just did some testing, and not testing, but just to see if I could heel toe. It seems like it'll be pretty easy. Tried bleeding the clutch a little bit, but overall making some progress. I need to take the intercooler piping over to my buddy DJ's, have him weld up all the charge pipes and the blow-off valve to the intercooler, and also those lower mounting tabs for the oil cooler. And then I think all the charge pipe will be done. Can probably mount up the intake manifold and throttle body finally. But yeah, it's coming along. Kind of run into a stopping point, still waiting on a couple invoices for axles and lines and fittings and stuff like that, but it's coming together slowly but surely. Now that we're all in quarantine, it might go along a little faster, so we'll see. All right, thanks guys. Make sure you like and subscribe.